Everything in this video is alleged and opinion only.
Hello everyone. The Sylvia podcast dropped about 5 hours ago. I've had a really long day, really busy, but I've got some time now to actually watch it. So the tea's ready, the snacks are all out, and just gonna have a nice sit down now and watch this podcast and see what she has to say. My expectations, I think that we're gonna see probably for the first time ever in however long I've been watching NLC or anything to do with Sylvia, this will be the first time ever, I believe, we're going to see a humbled Sylvia. Somebody who is kind of approachable, vulnerable, and somebody who really, I think, is just trying to save NLC right now. Just trying to save some of that dollar in her pocket, trying to save Sugar Melon, trying to keep some viewers and subscribers, trying to keep some staff on board somehow, somewhere, or maybe the ability to recruit some more. So that's what we're going to see. I think that we're going to struggle to see any justifications for what she's done, but it's going to be interesting to know what she does say about the controversies and her attempts to justify what's been going on. But anyway, let's enjoy the tea and let's enjoy the podcast. Catch you on the side of it.
One biased interview later.
Okay, so I've watched it now, and it is not what I expected at all. It's very early morning here / late night, so I'm just going to read off my phone and let's just get to it. Did I really say humble Sylvia? More like bullet dodging Sylvia. And speaking of bullets, there were shots fired all over the place. Michelle, Aurelia, Grace and Isabel as well. Sylvia has left people like trying to clear their name. She literally is the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, you go into this thinking that she's got a platform here to apologise, humble herself, save some reputation, save some face, but instead she goes on the defensive. The most attacking defence I've possibly ever seen. That was an extremely aggressive defence. And when she was questioned about the late finish time for staff, and she says, I believe the industry is just like that, it's flexible. I can just picture her staff being just infuriated. You know what I mean? She should be sticking up for her staff, and not overworking them. Anyway, that's just minor, just something that stuck out. Things that weren't addressed. The late payment of salaries. The rhinoceros comment to Pretty. Why she hates Samantha. All we know is that she hates Samantha because Ryan wanted Sylvia to have dinner with Sylvia. Sylvia and Samantha have dinner. And what? So Sylvia suspected that this is another one of Ryan's fancy women, perhaps. But we were still given no clear answer as to why she hated Samantha and why she was sworn out like that. Okay, and this is interesting. Like, why did Sylvia say she was protecting Ryan all the way through, this whole episode, this whole ongoing problem? So why was she protecting Ryan when he's actually a bad guy? He can't be trusted, and he's going behind her back. So why would you protect that man when he's doing this to you? Surely it's for your own motivation, your own motive, or it's just your personality. But instead, this extremely convoluted plan is made. Anyway, we'll get on to that. Abuse of staff isn't mentioned either, and some descriptions of the actual interview itself, the podcast. Biased, completely biased. A really embarrassing failed attempt at being neutral because it wasn't neutral at all. That interview was not about Sylvia. It was about everybody else apart from Sylvia. The only places where she elaborated was when she was throwing somebody under the bus. That's why we learned so much about Ryan, because she's out to get him. And there was so much about Ryan coming out there. So much coming out about the other women, like, Michelle, etc., Aurelia, all the rest. Maybe she spoke a little bit when she was defending her brother, but no, it really was not about Sylvia. So massively biased. And we're left with this convoluted scenario, and it paints a picture which suggests the whole saga, this whole exposition that's happening, is done to favour Ryan. And this is done to lower the stock value of NOC. So when Sylvia gets paid out for being a horrendous CEO, she gets paid less money. So all this is done to apparently make it so Ryan pays her less on her exit, and she'll exit because of this whole thing. Whereas really, they wouldn't have the ammunition to do any of this if this behaviour hadn't happened. And if this has all been planned in advance to make her act this way, then Ryan is a mastermind, an absolute world-class mastermind, to have planned this for so many years, to sow those seeds of like doubt and etc., to control her in all these ways, to create this character. What are your opinions? And there are a lot of sensitive things mentioned in this interview, things about Ryan and extremely sensitive things. And I'm sure I speak for a lot of people when I say that Ryan has a lot of our support and nothing to worry about. He's going to have a lot of support for many years, and a lot of his work and what he's done is massively appreciated. So yeah, it was an opportunity here to see more of Sylvia, to see her perhaps in a better light, and once again, she's fallen short. What are your thoughts? Leave some comments below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.